So why don't I do more book signings? This kind of goes hand in hand with why I don't do a lot of festivals and conferences. I used to do a lot of book signings 20 years ago, whatever. You know, sometimes I'd get like dozens of people, not just the family and friends who'd come and that's it. But I'd get like, quite a few people, and then like I'd do a signing and it would be crickets, right? But nonetheless, that's what you did 20 years ago because there was really no other way to move books. And then came the digital age, and I realized like, wow, I could just sit at my writing desk and maybe score a book pub or a bargain booksy and move hundreds, if not thousands of books right from the comfort of my own home or hotel or whatever, wherever I am in the world. And that was cool. You don't have the personal effect of signing a book for somebody, but then again, if you have a good enough website, and if you're open to it, I'm always willing to sign books for somebody. But something happened way back in 2011 that really iced it for me. I was scheduled to do a book signing in my hometown of Albany, right? And I think it was for the first edition of The Remains, before Thomas and Mercer bought it. Before it went on to sell like 150,000 copies, or I don't know, whatever it sold. The bookstore, and it was pretty much like the only bookstore owner in town, and she schedules me, whatever, and so I show up, and there's this other dude signing books, like where I'm supposed to be signing books, and he's like an old, retired local news broadcaster who Vanity published a book on his life and times with the bookstore owner's own press, get it? And so she says, oh yeah, by the way, we have a table for you in the back. And so I was like, what the fudge? Anyway, so I went back there, signed 10 or 12 books for some fans and some friends. And like my parents showed up and they were PO'd, right, of course. And anyway, so like all that happens and I'm like, all right, like some snotty, one of the snotty workers is like, you can move up front now. Like one of these wannabe sort of writers, but has to work at the bookstore kind of persons. Anyway, so I just threw my pen in the trash and I said, no thanks. And I had a conversation with this bookstore owner at one point, and she's like, by the way, don't ever expect to sell another book again. What happened with you, and she's talking about my first big book deal, was a fluke. Isn't ever going to happen again. Never going to happen again. I was like, really? Oh my God. I guess I better look for a day job or something, right? I guess what she was trying to do was get me to publish with her Vanity Press, which I refused to do, right? Who wouldn't? And so anyway, that pretty much iced it for me doing book signings. And now, after that book signing experience and that talk that she had with me, of course I went on to sign dozens more deals, like a 9-book deal alone with Thomas and Mercer, and which pissed even more bookstore owners off probably because it was with Amazon. But I've published with so many other publishers since as well. I'm not just an Amazon guy. Like for a while, everybody was like, "Oh, Vince is like this Amazon ebook guy," and nothing could be. Well, that might have been true at one point for a while, but nothing could be further from the truth now. I think I have like 5 publishers now, some foreign publishers, whatever. Anyway, nowadays I pretty much do like 1 book signing a year, official book signing, unless they ask me to, and that's at the Mysterious Bookshop in New York City. Those guys down there, Mike Durrell and all those guys are great guys, and I'll sign like a box or 2 of books as a stock signing, and they make an event of it, and it's a lot of fun, and you get to tool around New York for the night and stuff. So that's pretty much the extent of it. In this day and age, you can sell books all sorts of ways. You don't necessarily need to do the book signings. Actually, to be honest, when you do a book signing, you actually lose money between the travel and all that sort of stuff. But again, for any of you out there who wants a signed copy of a first edition, just send it on to me and I'll sign it. Or call the Mysterious Bookshop in New York City and they'll have copies, I guarantee it. I'll be signing copies of Paradox Lake at probably around June 1st, something like that. So make sure you contact them for a first signed. I've already had inquiries about that. In any case, speaking of book signings, I'm here in Italy, of course. We did a tour for the Italian version of Moonlight Sonata, and we signed a bunch of books and visited a bunch of towns all the way up and down we went all the way up to the Croatia border for events and things like that. And things are very different here in Italy. They're different in France. It's much more traditional. The book culture is much more appreciated. It's not just all business. So I have very fond memories of those days. Anyway, that's it for now. Ciao.